Today's Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Simply Chic Boutique. And I hope everyone out there in Richmond and the surrounding counties had a wonderful Christmas. I know that us here at the RO did. It was some wonderful weather yesterday, wonderful weather today. However, that is not going to continue into tomorrow. So let's take a look at the map behind me. Starting in Fayetteville for tomorrow, a high of 53, low of just 52. Down in Lumberton, high of 55, low of 54. And up in Rayford, a high of 53, low of 52. Up in Moore County in Southern Pines, a high of 51, a low of just 50. You may be noticing a trend here. Down in Laurinburg, a high of 55, a low just 3 degrees south of that in 52. Here in Richmond County in the northern end, up in Ellerby, a high of 51, a low of 50. Right here in Rockingham for tomorrow, 52 for the high, 51 for the low tomorrow night. And across the PD River in Wadesboro, a high of 50 for tomorrow, low of 49. As I mentioned, much rain expected right here in the Sandhills and surrounding areas, so make sure to have your umbrella ready. It's not going to be terribly cold like we have seen, but rain is on the way. With that being said, let's take a look at the 5-day weather forecast. As I just mentioned, for tomorrow on Thursday, a 30% chance of rain expected with a high of 52, a low just below that at 51. As we enter the weekend on Friday, more rain is expected, a 100% chance of precipitation on Friday with a high all the way up to 68. So we're actually approaching 70 degrees this weekend, the low of 58 Friday night. On Saturday, though, it's the only day we've got of sunshine expected, partly cloudy throughout the day. Should be beautiful, though, with a high of 67, a low of 50 on Saturday night. But more rain is expected in the forecast as we finish out the weekend. On Sunday, a 50% chance of thunderstorms is in the forecast with a high of 56, a low of 49. And as we move into the beginning of next week and the end of the year, on Monday, a 30% chance of rain that day as we finish out this front coming through with a high of 57 and a low of 56. So, we have a saying here in North Carolina, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. That is exactly what we're seeing as temperatures are going to be approaching the upper 60s, almost low 70s throughout the weekend. Of course, more rain is expected in the forecast. But I would also imagine once we get done with these 5 days and move into January, those temperatures are going to drop back down. That's going to do it, though, for your Live at 5 weather report. When we return, we've got your RO Sports update. That's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
At Richmond Community College, we can prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. We are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 7 curricular programs entirely online, including our university transfer degree. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College, local college, big impact.
Hi, this is Christina with Richmond County Hospice. I'm with Julie and Holly, and we're here to talk about how wonderful Hayden Construction was during our recent pipe bursting and flooding in our building.
In 10 to 15 minutes they were here and they were already starting to work vacuuming up the water, trying to figure out where all the damage was, what all they needed to do.
They were so quick to get on the scene. They were here before I even arrived, and it was just reassuring to have them come in and take control.
We are so thankful that they were here to help us that day.
At Kyocera, we see your company differently. We see your documents, how they're accessed, what it takes to keep them secure, and how well your workflow is flowing.
Kyocera helps your entire document infrastructure run more efficiently, securely, and cost-effectively.
And what we see is an opportunity to integrate all of it.
Raider wrestler Joseph Nicholson earned himself an early Christmas present last Saturday at the EB Memorial Clash at the Creek tournament at Mallard Creek High School. The two-day event featured 24 teams from across the Carolinas, and while Richmond finished in 20th place overall with 49.5 points, Nicholson wrestled his way to a championship title in the 113-pound weight class. Joining Nicholson on day 2 of the event were Austin Gallops, Stephen Morales, and Ahmad Shelton. Gallops was the second highest finisher for Richmond as he wrestled his way to a 7th place finish in his weight class. Coach Nicholson described his son's run through the 113-pound weight class a, quote, dominating performance, as Nicholson went a perfect 4-0 at the Clash by the Creek to improve to 26-1 on the season. His 4 victories came via 2 pins, a technical fall, and a major decision. Coach Nicholson noted that Joseph Nicholson, quote, stepped his wrestling up another level to bring home the hardware. In the junior varsity bracket, Richmond's Joshua Wallace took first place, while Jackie Bloomfield and Gerardo Godinez both took second place in their respective weight classes. Evan Ingram and Philip Gillis also impressed with 4th place finishes for the Raiders. Richmond will return to the mat on Saturday, December 29th, when it travels to West Stanley High School for another regular season non-conference duel. Matches are expected to begin around 9 a.m. The Richmond boys and girls bowling teams were the final teams to compete ahead of the winter break last Thursday at Sandhills Bowling Center in Aberdeen. Facing off against Jack Britt and Scotland for the second time during the regular season, the girls fell to both of their opponents, while the boys went 1-1 on the day. According to head coach Ralph Butler, some unique circumstances for both teams gave the afternoon a different feel, but he noted he was proud of his team's efforts in the lane. The girls lost 3-1 in the 4 games it bowled against Scotland, but fell short by only 6 total pins. In the boys' competition, Richmond lost to Scotland 3-1 by a final pin total of 466 to 588. The boys were within a couple of frames in each game and managed to defeat the Fighting Scots 138-136 in the final game. Richmond will be back in action on Thursday, January 10th at Lumberton. Both teams have 2 more regular season meets before the individual championships start. And that's going to do it for your RO Sports Update. And when we return, we've got more news on the way. It's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
I'm Joey Bennett, Director of Cole Auditorium, and this is Emily Tucker from the Richmond County Chamber of Commerce, and we're here in the Cole Auditorium. We've got a whole new series of shows we're announcing for 2019, and we're very excited about who we're bringing to Richmond County.
So, Joey, what do I have to look forward to?
We have 3 fabulous shows that we're so excited about that are going to be right here at Cole Auditorium. Scotty McCreary, Craig Morgan, and Hotel California.
And where do I go to find these tickets?
You call us here at the box office, 910-410-1691, or come by and see us.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice. Peace, comfort, dignity.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
A newly released statewide poll from the Pretrial Justice Institute and the Charles Koch Institute seems to show that North Carolinians are ready for reform of the pretrial justice system and the practice of requiring money for bail. Lake Research Partners, on behalf of PJI, surveyed 538 registered North Carolina voters over the phone. The poll was conducted from May 2nd to May 17th. The margin of error is plus or minus 4.2%. While 21% of respondents said the criminal justice system treats everyone fairly, 79% of respondents disagreed. A majority of those surveyed said they believe there are structural inequalities within the criminal justice system that benefits the wealthy over the poor and working class. 55% of respondents said white people enjoy substantially better outcomes than people of color in the criminal justice system. The poll also found that 78% of North Carolina voters want to reduce the number of arrests for nonviolent, low-level offenses and support its issuing citations rather than making arrests in these circumstances. A little more than 70% of respondents favor limiting how many days a person not charged with a serious violent crime can remain in jail before trial if they can't afford money for a bond. The push for criminal justice reform has recently reached the national level. On December 18th, the U.S. Senate passed the First Step Act in an 87-12 vote. Simply put, the bill looks to promote rehabilitation efforts, reduce recidivism, provide discretion to judges in sentencing, and reaffirms existing laws like the prohibition on shackling women who are pregnant, in labor, or in postpartum recovery. A similar version passed the U.S. House in May by a 360-59 vote. The House could concur with the Senate version and send the measure to President Trump before the end of the year. Graduates of Richmond Community College's Electric Utility Substation and Relay Technology program now have another option to further an already promising career. The program that already boasts a 100% job placement rate will now transfer seamlessly to East Carolina University, where students can complete a bachelor's degree in industrial technology. Students can either complete the Bachelor of Science in Industrial Technology online or on ECU's main campus. For online students, these semester-based courses are delivered to allow students flexibility with regard to time and place. For students who plan to attend on the main campus, courses are available in a traditional classroom setting as daytime courses. Students are typically able to complete the upper-level major coursework in 2 years if enrolled full-time. And that's going to do it for another edition of Live at 5. Be sure to keep up with all the latest from the RO by going to richmondobserver.com or by downloading the free RO app for your Android and Apple devices. Of course, be sure to tune in to Good Morning Sandhills every morning and the RO Sports Show. So for the Live at 5 crew, I'm Matt Harrelson. Good night, Richmond County.